Hello, hello. Good morning. Good Monday morning it is. What an amazing day today. Did you know that this is the 5th Monday in this month? I know, August, and it's already September in a few days. I can't believe how quick this year has gone. Anyway, today I want to share a little about mindset, but I particularly want to share something about triggers and where they come from. And it can be a little bit of a confrontational topic because lots of people have lots of triggers for lots of different reasons. And the reason why I'm actually talking about this today is because I was actually triggered this week and I don't want to go too much into the detail, but let's just say that it brought me back to a time when I was young and I was bullied at school. Somebody slipped into my DMs and sent me some not so nice message, and I sat with it and thought, wow, okay, what is that all about? What was this all about? Now, in days gone by, I would have really... No, 5 days of Mondays. Can you believe it? I saw it today and I was like, what? Anyway, we love Monday, right? It's the start of a new week, the start of fresh. I always like to say Monday's the fresh start of the week. So we can reset. We like to reset on a Monday. If we've had a crappy week the week before, we can reset on a Monday. So it's actually my favorite day of the week because it gets me to set the theme of the week and my intentions for the week and my vibe for the week. Anyway, that's another live for another day, but getting back to this whole triggers thing. So I got this message and it really made me quite angry and quite upset. And in days gone by, I would have probably reacted quite differently to a message like this because it was quite confrontational, and I would have probably shut down because I'm quite an introverted person. Even though I love talking, I know I love talking, everyone, but internally I'm very introverted and I have lots of anxiety. So for me, I really have to manage my emotions and manage my trigger points because it can send me into a spiral of maybe that anxiety phase or different phases of that, that anxiety table that you can really work in. So it can be quite mild or it can be quite high. And I can sit in it for like days and days. And it's not great for your health when you sit in that space because you think of things, you relive that memory. And when the trigger happens, you're actually reliving the triggered memory as well as the current situation. So that's what happened to me last week. And what I wanted to talk about with this is because our topic next week is mindset. And it's something I love talking about and I love working with people on is the mindset. And what I did is I sat with the feeling that I had. Why was this comment triggering me so bad? And as I mentioned, it took me back into childhood to a time when I was really not confident. I was bullied quite badly at school, which affected a lot of things that I did. I was very anxious. There was a lot of stuff that I didn't do when I was young because of anxiety, and I didn't know that until I was an adult. That was actually what it was, because it's going to make me sound really old, but back in those days, which was not even that long ago, it really wasn't something that was looked at in children or in teenagers. And it's something that's like very out in the open now, and adults can really identify anxiety in their kids, and they can recognize it now. It's definitely more of a spoken about mental health issue, and something that's quite close to me because it's something that does trigger me quite badly. So what did I do in this moment? I sat with the feeling of what it made me feel. I did a little bit of art journaling around it. I connected with a trusted person that I could speak with and hashed it out and spoke about the feeling that it made me feel. We actually had a little bit of a giggle about it in the end, because it comes back to what is actually not wrong with you, but what is the trigger for that person that has made that comment? What is it about the other person that it's triggered in them to make that comment to you? Now, I know that sounds like a very convoluted thing, but if somebody does something and you are triggered by it, what is it about that person that is triggering you for you to make a comment? And in business particularly, we see this a lot, and lots of people call it the tall poppy syndrome. So if you see a business person that's doing really well, or they're making lots of money, yeah, you can really go into that space of, oh, they must be scamming people, or, oh, they must be doing the wrong thing, or, oh, damn them, they're making money and I'm not. So thinking about what is the trigger in you when you see that person doing something. Is it something that you're jealous of? Is it something that you want to aspire to? Is it something that they're doing that you're procrastinating on and they're making headway and you're not? Even from a personal point of view, this can be the case as well. People that may be getting promotions in jobs, for example, is that promotion a trigger for you? And what is it about that triggers you? So really looking into the mindset of this space is very interesting. It's interesting for me anyway. So I then wonder, what is it about the person that made that comment to me? What is it about them? So I then turn it around and think, what is it about that person that's so triggered about the thing that I do that they have to make a comment like that? It's really interesting. So I think, oh, are they annoyed? Are they angry? Do they have past trauma that they may need to heal, that I've just touched on a nerve for them that maybe they need to work on? So we look at it as like a mirror, and we can see things. So I don't know if you guys, I've done this in the past, and I know I'm guilty of it, and we all probably are, where we see somebody and we think, oh, look at them. How can they look that way when they're that old? Or, oh, look at the clothes that they're wearing. They look this or that. I've done that, and I know lots of people have done that I know, because we're human and we judge. We all judge. But what is it about that comment in that moment that we've made that makes us say that? Is it something that's unmet in us, an unmet need in us that we need to investigate? Very interesting topic. So mindset values can come from all over the place. They can come internally and they can also come externally. So we can be the judge of ourselves. So we can actually judge ourselves, and it's an internal mindset issue. But we can also allow others, external sources, to also reflect on our mindset. So we can let other people say things to us that may trigger us into maybe acting or doing something that maybe we don't want to do. So in that instance of me getting the comment, I could have gone a different way and just shut down. In the past, I would have done that, and I would have hidden because I was scared. I get into that really anxious mode of being fearful, and I would have just shut down. But now that I recognize my mindset patterns and what triggers me, I can deal with that. I want to read an amazing quote by Mahatma Gandhi. I'm really bad at pronunciation, so I do apologize for that. Your beliefs become your thoughts, become your words become your actions become your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. So if you are judging another person, are you really judging yourself? So think about that. If you're judging another person, are you really judging yourself? So look at it as the mirror theory. What are you looking at and what are you seeing that you don't like? Is it something within you that you don't like? I was chatting with a lady the other day, and she was telling me about a friend of hers that was judgmental and opinionated. And I said to the lady, is it maybe that you don't like that about you, that maybe you're judgmental and opinionated? And the cogs start turning. You can see the thought pattern. Oh, maybe I am. So something to reflect on and think about, because sometimes we see in others what we don't like about ourselves. So from a mindset perspective, it can be a really good reflection. Take notice of it next time you may do this, and where it may come from. Or if somebody does it to you, reflect on it backwards. What is it about that comment or thing that's happened to me that that person's done that's triggering me? What is it that's unmet in me that may need to be looked at, to be healed, maybe to be worked on? And I know my trigger was past trauma of being bullied at school. So it was definitely something for me to work on in that moment of getting out of that feeling of being back in that childhood space where I was called names and people were mean to me for various reasons. So yeah, it was definitely a massive reflection for me, which was really interesting. So have a great week, everybody, and bye for now.